Hello, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I thought I'd put a video up of a trip me and Tony did to Wales, which was brilliant, although it did start off a bit damp. You can see there's definitely clouds off to the side there, and this is a road which runs down from Builth Wells to Llandovery, because I was trying to show Tony the roads I really liked. This is a lovely road, this, if you come on down to it. There's lots of mountains, kind of twisty passes and all kinds of stuff. You get a bit of a pace up on it as well, although watch out because there are 50-mile-an-hour bits. And as we come down here, we definitely saw a few other bikes going the other way, which we'll hopefully see in a minute. But you can see I'm trying to keep up with Tony because he don't hang about and he don't wait for me. Spot the nodding. You've got to nod at the other bikes, haven't you? It's not me going over a bump, it's me nodding. And there were lots of bicycles as well, which was okay because at least on this road you can get past them. It's nice and wide. And it did sort of stop raining as we're getting into Llandovery, so we thought we'd pull in there and have a bit of a rest. But I've cut this down quite a lot, so there's about 5 hours of blooming riding today, which I'm squashing into 10 minutes. So this is, like I said, this is part one. So this we kind of have a wander around Wales, and we get down here to the West End Cafe in Llandovery. It is a biker cafe, so if you come down here you'll always find some bikes outside. And the good reason for that is it does a fantastic breakfast and a decent cup of tea. In fact, you get a proper mug of tea, and it's brown tea as well, not flipping dip tea bag and pull it out. But the reason why we're down this way is because we were going to Llyn Brianne, which is it's a reservoir, I think, off the top of my head. But basically, yes, it's a reservoir, so you like to see the dam as we come up to it in a bit. This is like a nice little bike road which runs. You almost go back the way we come towards Builth. There's a side road off to the left. And if you follow this, it takes you up this little winding road. It's not got lines, it's kind of narrow in bits. You kind of wind up through kind of the mountains and through some villages, and eventually you'll get to the dam itself, and you'll see that in a minute. But the road around it, I kind of recommend to anybody. If you like motorbikes and you like scenery, you're going to love this. It's a really lovely little road. And here we actually are coming up on the dam. You know when you get there because you've got this big cliff on one side, and then down the side is the dam itself. I did a very good job not looking at it, but it's alright, because in a minute we're going to pull over and we'll go and have a nosy. And you can tell it's popular because as you go up here you'll see bikes all over the place. A couple of guys here on Jess's, who Tony did want to park next to for some reason, but because we're on Himalayans. Oh, I should point out, we did this whole trip on Royal Enfield Himalayans. Little putt-putt bikes. If you like bike roads and you like getting anywhere you want to go, it'll take you there slowly. Bit of colour commentary here we go. What do you reckon, Tom? Would you ever go on that? Go slide down in your arse?
Yeah, I see why not. Go down in the boat, it'll be alright.
Well, if you go on YouTube, there's a video of a guy. How he got in here, I don't know. And he's sat on top of here. He's got the water's going down it, and he's got a canoe. He pushes, of course. The inevitable happens, it goes down. What happens when it gets to the bottom, I don't know, because it looks like it goes into the water, but I don't think it's that. So, I'll link to that video of that guy in his canoe, because when he hit the bottom and go into the water, I don't think he ever came out. It's a bit of a nut thing. So, this is us riding back down from the dam, and we come down here, we're going to take a left, and that's when it sort of opens up. The road again alongside the Llyn Brianne. I've got to make sure I get this right, because my in-laws live on a road called Brianne. And this is Llyn Brianne, I always mix them up. But you kind of climb up at the start and you think, oh, this looks quite nice, and there's occasionally a little bit of a twist. You know, you've got to keep an eye out for the sheep because this cattle grids as you come onto it. I'm surprised actually the sheep aren't running away from Tony's bike here because he's got a stupid Asbo exhaust on the back of it. But you kind of come up over the top and all of a sudden you've got the reservoir on your left and you've got all this nice kind of scenery off to your right. I'll look at it in a minute, I promise. No, you can't kind of see it from there. Don't worry, we'll have another look in a minute. There you go. And if you look, you can see the road kind of just twisting off around the mountain in front of you. It's brilliant, highly recommend it, honestly. Yeah, you have to dodge the odd sheep. But you know, you're in Wales, what can I say? Here we go. No, these are quite calm, honestly. Just sat there chewing away, minding your own business. You can see the road runs right around the edge of the mountains. And you literally do. You kind of dip in, creeping round this left and right, and it's drop off to one side. You know, don't ride off of there because it'll end in tears. But otherwise, you know, just kind of putting along. And we're not chucking here. You know, we're doing about 30-40 mile an hour, taking in the scenery because you've kind of got to, haven't you? Especially when it's like this. And again, you can see the road running round off in the distance there. Just lovely, lovely, lovely road this. And it's nice because as you go down, you know, there's bits where you kind of dip through bits of forest. There's bits where you kind of dip through and it's like this, it's much more open and kind of grassy. You can tell which bit the sheep have been eating, can't you? And you just kind of twist along and twist along. So yeah, this I highly recommend. And in fact, it's not in this part, in part 2. When you get to the end of this, it tips into a road called the Devil's Staircase, which is another stunning ride, and that kind of rides you through the mountains. But instead of being along the edge of a reservoir and going through the forest like we've got here, that's just a twisty road right through kind of mountain pass, and there's stuff all both sides, and again the scenery is lovely. I'm kind of looking at this, like I said, this is close to my in-laws, and this is how I kind of found out about it. Nobody told me there. The funny thing is I've been out with a bunch of bikers down there a number of times, and they always take me to Llandovery or we go up to Builth, but we never took them up. Why would they never take me up here? They must have known it was there. I mean, I found it on the internet, so but you'd have thought somebody would have gone like, oh, if you live St. Steve, you want to go for a ride out, go on a ride out. And again, just a couple of photos here so you can kind of see it's huge, this reservoir. It kind of runs for a while. And here's an awful shot of Tony sitting looking at it. This is the last bit, so don't worry, there's not that much more left now. This is basically when we go for a ride, and we're going to go on the last section now, which takes us to the end of the Llyn Brianne, damn it. You think I'd get right now, wouldn't you? And again, this last section, it starts to get a bit more foresty. I like to think this is a bit like Return of the Jedi when you're speeding through the trees. Nice, isn't it? I'd have to say, we went down for 4 days, and we rode from South Wales up to North Wales. But the weather, it rained a bit at the start as you saw, but look at this. The sun was out, it was glorious, it was blue skies, honestly. You couldn't have wished for better. You can see the sun gleaming there off the water. Somebody's loving the road for some reason. Don't know why, but there you go. But yeah, just paddling around this and having a look around. I'll tell you what, if you like the smell of like pine and fern, you really can't go wrong with this. I just loved riding along it, the smell. You know, this is why you ride a motorbike. You want that bit of like fresh air, you want to be connected to the landscape. That was actually me going over bump now, I'm not nodding at the other bike. I try not to nod at Tony was in front of me. And this is a bit we just come down, it's just like this, somebody's just parked to dig in it. It's like, I'm just going to park this here, don't mind me. He generally don't rush to his turn, does he? Look at him. Bit of sunshine and he's off, he's happy as a laddie. And this is us coming towards the end now. It's not far long. I think we kind of go around a couple more bends. You can kind of turn left and go around the other side. I've never actually been over a bridge, and at some point I'm going to go back up and do it. And we'll see you in part 2 when we do the Devil's Staircase.